Good morning, dear children. Today we are going to study from EVS Part 1, Chapter number 23, Infectious Diseases and How to Prevent Them. Children, when your friends fall while playing and get hurt, does anyone tell you, don't go near them, you will also get hurt? No, right? Suppose your mother has a headache. Do you also get a headache if you go near her? No. Any injury or headache cannot be spread to other person if we go near them. When is it that you are told not to go near a sick person, not to use their utensils for eating or drinking, not to use their hankies, towels or clothes? There are some diseases in which you can get infected if you go close to that person or use their things. Now let us talk about infectious diseases. Mother's burns or grandpa's backache are not passed on from them to others. Am I right? If your mother's head is paining or back is paining, it cannot be passed to you. One has to take care to stay away from people who are ill with the flu, that is influenza, cold, ringworm, scabies, chickenpox. These diseases spread from one person to the other. Such diseases are called infectious diseases. When a disease is passed from one person to another person, that disease we can call it as infectious diseases. They are caused by microorganisms. Every infectious disease is caused by a specific microorganism or germ. When the germs of a particular disease enter the body and begin to grow, the person gets the disease. Now we are aware of COVID-19. It is also a disease and it is also caused by a microorganism, caused by a virus which can spread from one person to another. So we need to take care of ourselves. When a person has a cold, the germs from his body spread in the air. When he coughs or sneezes, when these germs enter other people's body, they can also get the disease. That is, the disease spreads. Typhoid spreads when its germs are passed on by a person ill with typhoid to another person. So if your friend has got cold or cough, and if he or she sneezes and coughs without covering mouth, the germs can enter your body and you will also get cold and flu. Now let us study spread of infectious diseases. How these infectious diseases are spread. They are spread through air, water, food, insects, and direct contact. So we are going to study one by one how the infectious diseases are spread through all these mediums. First is spread of disease through air. The germs of a disease like influenza are present in the spit or saliva of the person who has the disease. When he coughs or spits, they enter the air with tiny droplets of saliva or spit. When other people breathe in that same air, the germs enter their body. That is why it is told, do not cough or spit in the open, Otherwise, other people can also get affected. Diseases of throat and the chest spread through the air. For example, a cold and cough, tuberculosis, swine flu, etc. That is why we are told to cover our nose and mouth when we cough or sneeze. Now look at this picture. It is our responsibility to prevent the pollution of public sources of water. Now this is a water resource and we can see what is going on in the water. Here we can see the ladies are washing clothes. Then we can see a man filling water in the pot, filling that same water for drinking. Here the boys are washing the animals. Here trying to jump in the water, he's playing, and here this boy is come there for potty. And here also we can see a lady has filled the pots with water and she is going towards her house. So one source of water, and in that same water many things are going on and it is polluting the water, and same water is used for drinking, for cooking. So all the infections are spread into the water, and when the people drink the same water without boiling it, without purifying it, they can get affected by diseases. The germs of diseases of the intestines like typhoid, cholera, diarrhea, as also of jaundice are present in the feces of the affected person. In the feces get mixed with water, the germs in it also enter the water. If another person drinks water which has been contaminated by these germs, they enter his intestines too, and that person can get the disease. To prevent the spread of disease in this manner, it is best to avoid washing clothes and bathing in the water sources or defecating on the banks of the water, etc. Now children, what do you see in this picture? Yes, these children are waiting in front of a sweet shop and the sweets are not covered. You can see little flies over there sitting on the open food. So this place is also unhygienic. You may have heard of a number of people getting gastro or diarrhea having eating contaminated food at a function. Diseases spread through food also. This is also called food poisoning. You have seen flies sitting on dirt. When they sit on the feces of a person who has an intestinal disease, the germs of the disease stick to their legs. When the same flies sit on our food, the germs enter the food. If we eat that food, the germs enter our body and we can get the disease. That is why it is very important to always keep our food covered. Food is handled while preparing or serving it. If someone who has an intestinal disease handles or serves food without washing his hands properly, the germs sticking to his hands can enter the food. So one must avoid eating it. Maintaining cleanliness everywhere is beneficial of our health. We should wash hands clean. Keep the food covered. Eat only covered food. Before eating food, we must wash hands. Covering the food, it prevents the microorganisms from entering the food and the spread of disease is also prevented. Now, the spread of disease by insects. Which insects comes to a house every time? Mosquitoes, flies. Yes. You may be aware that one can get malaria from the bite of a certain kind of mosquito. When this type of mosquito bites someone who has malaria, the malaria germs in that person's blood enter the mosquito's blood. With the blood it sucks. If this mosquito bites another person, the malaria germs enter that person's body too, and he too can get malaria. Insects like mosquitoes, lice, and fleas spread disease. That is why we must stop such insects from breeding. Now let us talk about spread of disease by direct contact. Ringworm, scabies are diseases that affect the skin. Their germs are found on the skin. If someone else comes in contact with the skin of a person having this disease or wears his clothes, then that person can get that skin disease too. Suppose a person by mistake touches this infected skin area. So the germs is spread from the infected person to a normal person, and that healthy person can also get the same disease. That is why it is better to avoid sharing clothes. Let us move on to the next topic, an epidemic of a disease. Germs of diseases like the flu or conjunctivitis spread quickly through the air. So, many people can get such diseases all at one time. If the water of a common source is contaminated by germs of a disease like cholera, then there is the danger of all those who drink that water getting the disease. If at some place mosquitoes breed in large numbers, then many people there can get malaria. When many people in one area get the same infectious disease all at the same time, we say that there is an epidemic of the disease. Now let us talk about the prevention of infectious diseases. Till now we have studied that how the infectious diseases spread through different mediums, through air, through water, through food, through insects, or through direct contact. And now we are going to study about the prevention of the infectious diseases. To prevent diseases from spreading through water, it is purified at the water works. In smaller towns and villages, bleaching powder. Now here we can see this person is spreading the bleaching powder. The bleaching powder is added to community sources of water to kill the germs and make the water safe for drinking. When there is an epidemic of gastro or jaundice, people are advised to boil water before drinking it. Here we can see a person spreading bleaching powder where the people throw garbage. This place also we can find lot of flies and mosquitoes. So if bleaching powder is spread, we can stop the infection. It can kill the germs. To prevent mosquitoes from breeding, we must ensure there is no stagnant water in the surroundings. But if that is not possible, insecticides have to be used. Thus, diseases like malaria can be prevented. People who have serious infectious diseases like tuberculosis or swine flu are quarantined. There are separate wards in hospitals for people with infectious diseases. Clothes and utensils used by patients are washed with germicides. The spittle of a person who has tuberculosis is collected in a vessel and covered with a germicide like phenol. Such precautions help to prevent the disease from spreading to others. To prevent the spread of diseases through air, people should cover the mouth when sneezing or coughing and avoid spitting in the open. If it is necessary to be with such a patient, a mask should be worn to cover the nose and mouth. If someone in the family gets an infectious disease, the government health department should be informed so that necessary steps for preventing the spread of the disease can be taken. Vaccination. Another way to prevent disease is vaccination. Our body develops resistance to a particular disease due to vaccination. That means our body can fight against that particular disease. Soon after a baby is born, she is given the tuberculosis vaccine. When the baby is 1.5 months old, she is given vaccinations against diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, and polio. 2 more doses of these vaccinations are given at intervals of 1 month. The vaccines for diphtheria, whooping coughs, and tetanus are combined into a triple vaccine and given as an injection. The polio vaccine is given orally. Orally means directly in the mouth, drops of that vaccine is given. Public health service facilities. Community programs for vaccination are also undertaken as part of national health schemes. Primary health centers have been established at the village level. There are also facilities like mobile dispensaries, ambulances, and a welfare fund for the disabled. Services like examination of urine and blood, X-ray, ultrasound, and other scans are also available through the health programs. Thus, patients can get the service they need without delay. People are also educated about the right methods of handling drinking water and food. They are urged to maintain cleanliness in their surroundings. It is now forbidden by law to spit in a public place. The purpose of this ban is to prevent the spread of diseases. Mass media are also used for raising public awareness about health and hygiene issues. Children nowadays also, mass media is playing a very vital role in preventing coronavirus. Messages on the mobile, different advertisements on television, different messages on the television, they are spreading the message of what is coronavirus, how you can save yourself from it. So these are the actions taken by government and to make people aware of the disease and how they can protect themselves. So children, we have studied that diseases caused by microorganisms are called infectious diseases. Infectious diseases spread through water, food or air by direct contact or through insect bites. If care is taken to prevent germs from entering the body, the spread of diseases can be prevented. Vaccination is an excellent method of preventing disease. I hope children you have followed the lesson. We shall stop here. Question answers will be given to you. Complete those answers in your classwork notebook. Maintain your notebook neat and tidy. Prepare well for final exam. Submit your activities on the dates given. 5th day, all the students will give the activity on 1st of March. 5th B will give the activity on 2nd March. Thank you, dear children.